everyone, welcome back to my kitchen. Today we are not cooking, but we are mixing. I thought that given that we are all more relaxed, most of us are already doing dinner parties again and gathering with friends, and we are getting into vacation, so a little time off work to chill out and appreciate life. It would be interesting to share with you my 3 favorite drinks to make in this time of year. These are drinks that are gradually more strong. So the first one is a little bit more delicate and the last one is a hard one. So today we are making a French 75, our version of an old-fashioned, and the best drink in the whole wide world, the Dry Martini. Starting with the French 75. So I came upon this recipe on YouTube from The Educated Barfly. It's a great video. I'm gonna leave it linked down below. It's a real crowd pleaser. I think you're gonna really like it. Great drink to make not only for 2 people, but it's very scalable. So maybe you're throwing a dinner or you're having guests over. It's really easy to make this for a lot of people if you prepare beforehand. Also, the champagne is very celebratory and puts people in the right mood. You're going to need champagne. Sometimes I use Prosecco. I know I'm not supposed to. It does taste better with champagne. Then you're going to need some gin. You're also going to have to make a sugar syrup, which is basically equal parts of water and sugar. And you're going to need some lemon. Some things for you to do beforehand to get you prepared is 1, chilling your glasses and chilling your champagne. Now, if I had a huge freezer, I would just leave glasses in my freezer like all of the time. Unfortunately, it is very small, so I can't. But if you have the space, leave them there. If not, put them in about 20 minutes before you start making the drink, just so when it receives the drink, it's going to keep chilled for longer. You're also going to want to prepare your sugar syrup, so when it comes time to make the drink, it is not hot. Basically, to make your sugar syrup, you just melt together the sugar and the water in same amounts at a low temperature, just until the sugar has melted. You don't need to caramelize, we're not making taffy here, just until everything sort of combines and you cannot see the little granules of sugar anymore. So in a cocktail shaker, you're going to add some ice, your gin, your sugar syrup, and the juice of a lemon. You'll shake this well with the ice. You want to shake it until you feel like the cocktail shaker is really cold. Then you're going to get your glasses out of the freezer. With the peel of the lemon, you're going to rub the rim of the glass and throw the lemon peel in. And you're going to fill up about halfway with the gin mixture. If you like it stronger, you can put more of the mixture. If you like it a little bit lighter, you put less. If you like it a little bit sweeter, you put more syrup. If you like it a little bit more tart and with a more alcohol-forward taste, you can put more gin. Then you can fill the rest with the champagne and your drink is done. I love this drink. It is very fresh, especially during summer. We love it. All of our friends love it. So if you're looking for a reason to celebrate or to open a bottle of champagne, not that you need one, make this one. Second recipe, our version of an old-fashioned. My husband, who makes this drink for us every Sunday, has kindly accepted to make this on the video as well. So I did not grow a pair of man hands out of the blue. It's actually my husband doing it. This old-fashioned, I call it our version of an old-fashioned because an old-fashioned, like the traditional cocktails, has an official recipe. We have tried old-fashions in a lot of places and they are usually either too sweet, too watery, too boring. So we tweaked it to our taste, but I'm going to leave 2 recipes below, so the official one and our version, so you can maybe try both and see which one you like most. The big difference with ours is that it is very citrusy, so we like ours to have a lot of orange and lemon flavor. And given that in Italy it is really hard to find American whiskey, which is the whiskey that you officially have to use for an old-fashioned, we actually go for classic Johnny Walker. Technically, you could make it either with rye or with bourbon. With bourbon, I do feel like it is a little bit too sticky, too sweet, and the rye is just impossible to find here, so we go with the Johnny. What do you need for this drink? You need whiskey, lemon, orange, cubes of brown sugar, Angostura bitters, and tonic water. First thing you want to do is place the sugar cubes in a mixer. This is also something that we do differently. Originally, you do an old-fashioned directly in the glass you're going to serve it, but given that we are just the two of us, we're not following many rules anyway, this is how we do it. Then you're going to douse these sugar cubes with the Angostura bitters. You'll see here that we put a lot because we really love the taste of that orange from the Angostura bitters, but you can put way less if you want to. The idea is that the Angostura bitters are going to start melting the sugar cubes and will develop this syrupy mixture that will meld with the drink. While the cubes are there doing their thing with the Angostura bitters, you can start making your garnish. So we like to use the peel of a lemon and the peel of an orange. Traditionally, you would use a cherry, but honestly, those cherries, nobody eats them, nobody uses them, unless for making drinks. It just takes space in our fridge, so instead we just use the peels. My husband does this really neat little trick where he cuts the peel in ribbons and does a little knot, put them in the glass, and it looks really, really pretty. Then with the same lemon that he peeled, he cuts it in half and squeezes it into the glasses. After the sugar and the Angostura bitters have dissolved a little bit, he adds the whiskey, and with a bar spoon, he stirs it until everything is nice and cold. We're not shaking this drink, we're stirring it. Then he puts another ice cube into the glasses, pours in the whiskey mixture. After he's poured almost all of the mixture, he makes sure to just grab everything that is left at the bottom of the shaker, because that's where the last little granules of sugar are. Then he fills up the glass with some tonic water. And our way to make this is to fill it to the brim, so as much as that glass can handle. And there you have it, my husband's version of an old-fashioned. To me, this is such a sentimental drink because it's the drink that we have every Sunday while I'm preparing lunch, so we start getting in the mood of just Sunday lunch and being together. I love it so much. Hope it brings you as much joy as it does to us. And the third drink, which is probably the most classic, the one that is quintessentially cocktail, is a dry martini. This is my personal favorite. Anyone who knows me knows that I'm a huge dry martini fan and that I am very particular and very specific about how it needs to be made. I happen to think, and I happen to be right, that there is only one way of making a martini, which is with gin. An espresso martini, not a martini. Appletini, not a martini. There are so many words in the dictionary that you can use to name a drink. Leave martini to where martini belongs. Martinis have to be very, very cold. They have to be extremely strong, in my very humble opinion. Some people will beg to differ. I will also leave below an article that talks about making a martini as a ceremonial thing and as an occasion, which is really cool. And it also talks about how martinis don't have to be such a kick in the head in terms of alcohol, but I like mine pretty strong. They also can only have two garnishes, so either lemon peel or olives, which is my personal favorite. If it has an onion, it's not a martini, it's a Gibson. So to ensure that the first rule is being followed, which is being very cold. Again, if you have space in your freezer, leave your glasses there. You can also leave your gin in the freezer, which will keep it extra cold, which is the best feeling ever because an extra cold gin will be even smoother and even easier to drink. So here's what you're going to need: gin, dry vermouth. Now we're talking dry vermouth, not white vermouth, not red sweet vermouth. It has to be dry vermouth. And you're going to need your garnish, so either olives or lemon peel. First thing, in a shaker, you're going to add your gin with a whole bunch of ice. And you're going to stir it. James Bond was probably already drunk when he asked for that, but martinis are not shaken, they are stirred. You're going to stir it until you get the dilution that you prefer. This is something that I've learned over the years and I'm really happy that I did. You do not want to dilute or decrease the alcohol content of your dry martini with vermouth. I personally like very little vermouth in my drink, so to achieve that less alcoholic palate to it, you stir it longer with more ice. This basically means that the ice will melt and dissolve a little bit of the alcohol. Then you're going to get your glasses out of the freezer, put in a little bit of vermouth, swirl it around your glass, make sure you're covering the sides and you're covering the bottom. And you can leave it there, or you can do as I do and you just throw it down the sink. Yes, throw it down the sink. Then you pour the gin in. Put in your garnish and enjoy. To me, martinis are symbolic of the end of a bad day, the beginning of a great day. They are great in summer, so you can have them with oysters or with a nice sandwich, but also in winter if you're going to have a very juicy steak, or maybe even with a bowl of ramen. It's amazing. It's not an easy drink to have because it is basically just gin, but it does have a really special place in my heart and is tied to many memories. And there you have it. These are my 3 favorite drinks. I love to make them with friends, but they're also great to have alone while reading a book or cooking. I think we always associate making cocktails with group settings and with big parties, but it doesn't have to be that way at all. And of course, you don't have to have a hard drink every day, but just having a little glass here and there to as a treat to yourself is always nice. Hope you guys have an amazing vacation and holiday time, maybe the best ever, and that you have a bunch of reasons to celebrate and to toast and cheer. See you guys in the next one. Bye!